Hello, Alan Faulkner here. This Azure Everyday video we will talk about the Advanced Threat Protection for Azure SQL Database and specifically the data discovery and classification capability. SQL Advanced Threat Protection is a unified package for advanced SQL security capabilities. It includes functionality for discovering and classifying sensitive data, managing your database vulnerabilities, and detecting anomalous activities that could indicate a threat to your database. It provides a single go-to location for enabling and managing these capabilities. SQL Advanced Threat Protection, or ATP, provides a set of advanced SQL security capabilities, including data discovery and classification. Data discovery and classification is currently in preview, and it provides advanced capabilities built into Azure SQL Database for discovering, classifying, labeling, and protecting the sensitive data, business, financial, healthcare, PI, and so on in your databases. It can be used to provide visibility in your database classification state and to track the access to sensitive data with the database and beyond its borders. It can play a pivotal role in your organization information protection stature. It can serve as infrastructure for helping meet data privacy standards and regulatory compliance requirements. Various security scenarios such as monitoring, auditing, and alerting on anomalous access to sensitive data, and controlling access to and hardening the security of databases containing highly sensitive data. Data discovery and classification introduces a set of advanced services and new SQL capabilities, forming a new SQL information protection paradigm aimed at protecting the data, not just the database. Discovery recommendations allow the classification engine to scan your database and identify columns containing potentially sensitive data. It then provides you an easy way to review and apply the appropriate classification recommendations via the Azure portal. Labeling is a sensitivity classification, and the labels can be persisted and tagged on columns using new classification metadata attributes introduced into the SQL engine. This metadata can then be utilized for advanced sensitivity-based auditing and protection scenarios. Query result set sensitivity is sensitivity of query result set and is calculated in real time for auditing purposes. Lastly, visibility of the database classification state can be viewed in a detailed dashboard in the portal. Additionally, you can download a report in Excel format to be used for compliance and auditing purposes as well as other needs. SQL data discovery and classification comes with a built-in set of sensitivity labels and a built-in set of information types and discovery logic. You now have the ability to customize this taxonomy and define a set and ranking of classification constructs specifically for your environment. Definition and customization of your classification taxonomy is done in one central place for your entire Azure tenant. That location is in Azure Security Center. As part of your security policy, only someone with administrative rights on the tenant root management group can perform this task. As part of the information protection policy management, you can define custom labels, rank them, and associate them with a selected set of information types. You can also add your own custom information types and configure them with string patterns, which are added to the discovery logic for identifying this type of data in your databases. Once the tenant-wide policy has been defined, you can continue with the classification of individual databases using your customized policy. Now we'll run a quick demo of data discovery classification and classifying your data within the SQL database. For this brief demo, we will work to classify our SQL database PW Insurance. We are in our Azure portal. We will click on our PW Insurance SQL database. And then I'm going to navigate down on the pane here to under the security heading to my advanced threat protection. I have already enabled my Azure Threat Protection, so in order to do the data discovery and classification, I need to click on the data discovery and classification card. The Overview tab includes a summary of the current classification state of the database, including a detailed list of all classified columns, but you can also filter to view only specific schema parts, information types, and labels. If you haven't yet classified any columns, everything will show zeros in the graphs. To begin classifying the data, let's click the classification tab at the top of the screen. The classification engine scans your database for columns containing potentially sensitive data and provides a list of recommended column classifications. To view and apply classification recommendations, you can do this to view the list of recommended column classifications. You click on the recommendations panel at the bottom of the window. So in this case, we're going to click here, and here are all the recommendations based on two schemas and 3 tables within my PW insurance database. When reviewing the list of recommendations, you can accept them by collecting or checking a specific column, or you can select all of them to accept their sensitivity level, the information type, the column that's going to be identified, the table, and the schema. To apply the selected recommendations, we just click the blue Accepted Selected Recommendations button. Keep the classifications as is. We're just going to continue to do this. Click the Save, and this is now saving that classification data. Thank you for listening and watching the Azure Everyday video. Have a great day.